Family. Okay, I had the funniest interaction with one of my mentees today. She was in school suspension last week, and so we were talking about it today. And I was like, "Well, what was going on? Like, what happened?" And she said, "Well, this girl, she is always operating, from her unhealed space." And she was like, she's operating from this unhealed space. I try to be gracious with her. I understand what it's like when you got stuff and, you don't know what to do with it. But, I also know that I only have an on button. Everybody know I got an on button. I don't have an off button. So when you hit that on button, you just got to wait for the batteries to drain. She is hilarious. But the fact that she was recognizing that her student colleague was operating from a quote unhealed space means that there is some language and some things and some ways that we're showing up in this context that is making impact. So for all of the ways that they try to say, "Oh my God, everything is going to hell," I think we need to be mindful and to keep a really good track record of all of the W's in our wins column. And family, I'm going to tell you, her talking about describing that girl as coming from an unhealed space, and then her describing herself as only having an on switch and not an off switch. And when you turn her on, you just got to wait for the batteries to drain. I just thought, look at this brilliance that I'm next to. So I don't know. I just need to come on camera and just let somebody else know. Don't let them control the narrative and act like everything is crazy and we are without hope. I think more than anything, what we're doing is just seeing a correcting. There's a righting of the systems that is happening, I believe, right now. And I very much am tethered to the prophetic witness in Zephaniah 4. I think it's Zephaniah 3. I think it's Zephaniah 3. Where it's like talking about everybody's acting a fool. Everybody's out of order. Everybody's out of order. The leader's out of order. The people out of order. But verse 5, it says, "But God is still in the city, and God does no wrong. Day by day, God metes out justice and does not fail. But the wicked know no shame." Two narratives in that prophecy. The narrative that says that God is present, and the one that says that the wicked knows no shame. So I feel like the narrative that has gotten a lot of traction and a lot of exposure is the one about the wicked that knows no shame. But for God to be in the city and for the universe to have hands, listen, don't catch them. And also, carry the right narrative. We're going to be all right eventually. The impossible will take a while, but it is en route.